Okay, today is the rundown. It is February 15th. It is brought to you by Fuego Box. You get $10 off your first order. Use the promo code RUNDOWN. It actually, to the credit of who wrote this ad, I know what Fuego Box is, but we haven't done it that much where whoever wrote this is just like, oh, they'll know what Fuego Box is. I can tell you, when we get to ad number 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to get tripped up.
Someone may want to tell us.
I got you.
The ad people may want to tell us what we're advertising just by putting it. Fuego Box is hot sauce. I know that. That's our boy German. Yeah. So
it's not just like Tabasco sauce; it's like flavored and it's like a real sauce.
Yes, it's for hot sauce aficionados. So you get a new hot sauce in the mail. It's one of those box things. What's that?
Three hot sauces in each box.
3 hot sauces. I'm glad we knew that. Yeah. Shout out ad team over there. $10 off your first order. Promo code RUNDOWN. $10 off your first order. Promo code RUNDOWN. Fuego Box. So you get 3 in a box. Extravagant sauces. Fuego Box. They actually, this is kind of weird. It goes into our first topic, which is the heart-shaped pizzas. They were coming from Pizza Hut or Domino's?
And Papa John's.
And Papa John's, that's right. The Fuego Box guys wanted me to put the hot sauce on my pizzas, and I don't do that.
Ooh, it's a delicious move.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. They wanted for the pizza reviews, they wanted to sponsor, but I just don't do that.
No, it's delicious.
Do you not like spicy food?
No, I don't mind hot sauce. I just wouldn't put it on pizza.
I love hot sauce on my pizza.
Really?
Cold pizza the next day, that's the move.
Like a chicken slice with the hot sauce?
I'm very, very simple with the cheese. Anyways, so Papa John's, a couple other places promised heart-shaped pizzas for Valentine's Day. Not all the pizzas came out as perfect hearts. They sometimes came out as pizzas that looked like maybe they're being mushed into hearts.
They came out, it looked like a slice was missing.
Yeah. Some of them slices were missing.
Some of them were just like blobs.
Yeah, it was a different. I mean, be the Papa John's guy who's getting like minimum wage. Be like, how am I gonna fucking turn this thing into a pizza?
That's the whole story. It's not the people complaining on Twitter. It's the poor saps that actually have to make these pizzas. Fuck that.
But there were a lot of people complaining.
Yeah, I know, but those people are the worst. Like, you ordered a $10 pizza
from Papa John's.
From Papa John's on Valentine's Day. You actually think the guy who's sitting there making like 300 pizzas on Valentine's Day night, and the boss is like, you got to make him a heart. You think he's gonna put his heart into it? Fuck no.
Pun intended.
Also,
no pun intended.
Also, we've been talking a lot about Valentine's Day dinners and going out and stuff. When you're getting a Papa John's pizza for Valentine's Day,
I think it's a single move, probably.
It better be.
It's probably a single chick move.
But then if you're complaining about it, I don't think a single girl is getting a heart pizza.
I got a heart pizza for XYZ and it came out like this.
I actually think I'd complain. All right, I wouldn't be the person who's getting the heart pizza from Papa John's on Valentine's Day, but if you are that person and you're like, I saw some of the complaints like this is supposed to be romantic. I can see like low life people being like, this
about,
is
like going to a fast food and being like, my hamburger doesn't look so juicy like it does on the commercial. The commercials obviously always look different.
No,
why was all the pepperoni on?
Like I got a Lexus and there wasn't a big fucking bow on it.
That's what bothered me.
That one just looked like it got dropped.
I think it's a bait and switch. I think Papa John's is going after like
you pay for what you get.
The Iowa, Trent is a guy who's like, this is my romantic date in Iowa. I'm getting a heart pizza.
That is entirely true.
Right, so it's
I bet you he's done that before.
Right, so he's putting it like, oh, I see this, you win me over, I'm gonna be like Mr. Romantic. These aren't normal like Manhattan, New York, East Coast cities. These are like Trump people.
Notice how he didn't do Boston, he went right to New York. He's a consummate New Yorker now.
I said East Coast cities. This is like
caught yourself
middle. I bet like the Trump nation, and I'm a Trump guy, but I bet Trump nation's like, we're ordering heart pizzas. We think there's a hot Valentine's Day, so I'd be pissed too.
I don't know. I still feel bad for the poor suckers that have to make this
You
fucking
are
pizza.
Absolutely in the scumbag club if you are ordering Papa John's heart
Without a
pizzas
doubt.
for romance. Okay, I just want that to be clear.
I won't do it, but if you're in that club, you're like very
also,
much.
it matters.
That's your big deal.
It matters if there's an upcharge. If it's the regular price of a pizza, then you can't complain. If it's like $4 more for the heart-shaped pizza, then yeah, I guess you have a fair complaint.
I think these people are ordering it like this is my big Valentine's Day surprise. A heart pizza, it just shows up as a pizza, and these people are like, what the fuck?
I thought it was just chicks ordering it for themselves because they feel so bad, and they're just going to house a whole entire pizza.
Yeah, but that would be a ridiculous move to order the heart pizza.
Yeah, dude, chicks on Valentine's Day without a date, that's a
they
ridiculous
could
person.
put up an Instagram and be like, "Bae got
yeah,
me this,
right,
and it didn't come out right."
Oh, you think they're faking it?
No,
I guarantee there are girls who fake Valentine's.
You don't want a corner like an animal. That's what happens on Valentine's Day for a chick who doesn't have a date. She's ordering heart-shaped pizzas and complaining on Twitter all night. Yeah.
We got a solid little fight developing with Tom Izzo versus Dan Dakich. Dakich.
Is your mouth okay?
Yeah, it is. I
You
struggle
got your
with
root
his
canal?
name.
No.
I am not getting a root canal. I can't get a root canal.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, listen to
This
this.
tooth is gonna keep dying.
Listen to this.
A root canal will not fix the problem, so the tooth is being extracted a
gonna
week
have a
from
hole.
Friday.
They're not replacing
I'm
it.
going
That's
under.
what happens when you don't fix it.
I'm going
just gonna
under.
have a gap.
Totally under.
They're gonna put a wooden tooth in there.
No, it's just
George
going to be
Washington?
nothing. And then
He's
like
just gonna have a
for
hole
like
in his
4
molar.
months. For 4 months, and then I get a caption. But I don't even care about it because honestly, going under, I'll let any. As long as I'm under, I don't care about it. What he was referring to, I have to have like something go into my dick, like a strobe into my dick to see what's
Why?
wrong.
Because you keep pissing blood.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't know what it is.
So that is something I'm not going under for, and I get queasy and very upset about.
That's gonna
even
hurt
thinking
so
about it.
bad.
They said it. They said it's almost not pain, although a lot of stories are like, I've had it. It is pain.
Of course it's pain. They put a tube up your dick hole, and you actually believe the guy who's like, it's not painful?
He said it would be uncomfortable.
That's such a.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God,
such a
that's
classic
such
line.
a doctor line.
Do you wanna
like,
tell
don't
him-
worry, it's not pain. It's just gonna be uncomfortable. A tube in your dick hole.
you wanna
Shout
tell
out to
him-
my doctor, by the way, also, who's like, I just want to let you know I'm going to call you at a weird time, and like, don't be alarmed. It's not an emergency. I was still alarmed when he called me at 8 o'clock on Valentine's Day, being like, just to let you know, your urine came back normal. We're going to have to stick that thing in your dick, though.
Do you want to tell them the other test they did to you?
What's this? This is the Barstool Radio Club. I'm out of the loop now.
It was,
I wish I wasn't
it
in
was
this club.
the prostate exam.
Oh, you love being in that club.
prostate
no.
exam was.
Not when I hear this.
It's like.
Oh yeah, you're 40 now. You got to do it.
No, well,
You
it's
had your
because
hand
the
up your
urine.
asshole.
It was like
Yeah.
getting fucked. Like,
Yeah.
it was like.
But-
Yeah, that's
they
like
were
the scariest
I
thing
leaned
for all
down-
men.
Down,
I
ass up.
leaned down on the table,
That's the
like, no,
scariest thing
face
for all
down.
men.
So and then he just shoves his fingers in your ass with so much Vaseline.
It's 40, right?
disgusting.
No, seriously, that's a serious question. Isn't it 40 that you have to start doing that?
Well,
That's
but
like
that's
the
not
worst.
why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's pink blood.
But you would have had to do it anyway. Eventually. Everyone
Prostate
does.
exam, I didn't know what to expect.
It's
and
like
it
you
was-
just hope that you
It was a
live
bad scene.
live a good enough life and die before you have some random dude stick his fingers up your asshole.
I thought the pee and the blood in the pee was worse, and now it's Vaseline in your butt. It's just getting
You're getting
exponentially
fucked
worse
from both
here.
sides, Davey.
Seriously.
All your holes are getting filled.
It's a tough
Christ.
scene. It's a tough scene. Tom Izzo versus Dan Dakich. So Dan Dakich's kid goes to Michigan. I think he said this either watching a Michigan game. He tweeted out like Michigan State Sparty's such whiners, and they're too stupid now to even to get into UM. Tom Izzo, Dan Dakich called the game, Michigan State last night, and the crowd chanting, "We hate Dan Dakich, we hate Dan Dakich." Tom Izzo didn't know why they were chanting that, and basically went on a rant at the end of the game, being like, I didn't know why they were chanting it in the Izzo zone. Kind of an old man, like Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but apparently there's tweets. If I knew what was being tweeted, I would have gone into the Izzo zone and screamed at him. He wants an apology from Dan Dakich. He doesn't think he should be calling games, and it's a good Michigan State kind of rivalry. Who do you have in this? By the way, as a Michigan guy, I like Tom Izzo. I find him hard not to like. Who do you got?
I like Tom Izzo, but his team sucks, so he's getting a little surly. Like, his teams are always good. This year they suck, and now he's being a little bit of a crybaby. Dan Dakich, that's what he does. He has a radio show in Indy. He's like a provocateur. Everyone knows this is what he does. He actually does kind of
here's
like
the thing.
he does do.
Provocateur was
He is
impressive.
he is like a straight talker. Like a lot of the times he'll do the hot take thing, but there'll be a lot of truth in it. And I'm obviously biased because I actually like Dan Dakich, so I think Izzo's being a little bit of a bitch.
Also, straight talker is Michigan State people are stupid and Michigan people are smart. That's just a fact.
facts. That's
I
facts
think
only.
what he said was not controversial at all.
Right,
Like,
but
he
Izzo's
was like,
getting-
he said that you're whiny and dumb, and then made a classic joke about one school being better than the others. Not like he said anything truly provocative.
Izzo's a very good coach. No one has gotten their dick sucked more for winning one national title. One national title than
I
Tom
thought
Izzo.
Michigan State went back to back.
One.
Didn't McLean
They won
Williams go twice?
One. They've been to a million
In
Final
Final
Fours.
Fours.
They won one national title. And you would think the guy is fucking Coach K and Roy Williams and,
yeah,
you
but
know,
he does
I
it with
thought
a
the
lot
Flintstones
less
won twice.
than
I'm
those
just
guys.
saying. No, he's always got good talent.
Yeah,
You
but I
kidding
think
me? He's always
it's
got
a
good
lot of
talent.
him.
He's always got
Not
good
like
talent.
those other guys. It's not like he's getting Calipari type guys.
He's not getting
He's
Calipari.
the
but he-
opposite. He's like a good
he gets
college
pretty
coach.
fucking good talent.
Sweet Mo Pete.
He's getting good talent. So
Great
I
nickname.
look, I think he's a good coach, But you can't you can't be the darling of college basketball and everyone just drool over you for one national title and then get mad when someone gives you a little bit of heat.
He's got the same college thing. Like in his press conference where he's like, I just want to rant on this. He's like, no respected media would do that. And he called out a bunch of Michigan State guys who he has in their back pocket. Like,
it's like when Bo Ryan, when Wisconsin lost the championship game to Duke and he complained about the media. That was a fucking bitch move. You know what I mean? It's like you can't do that.
Back to Valentine's Day here. An unbelievably disgusting dinner. We're talking about, you want to talk about pizza, heart-shaped pizza. This guy got a lobster dinner and brought it to the New York subway and ate it, put a tablecloth down on a table right next to where the subway comes out, where you have all that weird air blowing and urine rats who are killing people.
You heard about the death
As you've heard, you've never been down there.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
This is the type of madness that is going on below ground. I want no part of it. You got urine rats who are literally murdering people, and you got, like, what was the lady's name in the story?
Johnny Bell.
What is
Johnny
it?
Bell.
Johnny Bell.
Johnny Bell.
Johnny
really
Bell
her name.
having, like, lobster dinners on the subway and the news covering it. As we said on Barstool Radio, I hate the fact the news are there. This had to be one of those stories that somebody caught on their cell phone because they really thought it was romantic. But when you basically say, hey, I'm taking Johnny Bell up to a lobster dinner outside the subway, NBC4, come and cover it, it kind of ruins it because then it just seems like you're doing it to be covered, not because you actually think this is good and you're a delusional fuck.
And I can agree with that, but no matter what, you're still an asshole for doing this in the middle of rush hour on one of the most crowded platforms in the city. I wish someone just spit on that lobster and kicked that table over.
I agree with that.
Anyone who takes the subway knows that, like, the last place you want to be is on the subway. And I actually am a proponent of this. I hate taking cabs in New York. I'd rather take the subway. It's faster and it gets you, like, it's just an easier situation than sitting in traffic. But the minute you get down there, you're just counting down the seconds until you can get out of there.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. He was like, she loves Union Square, so I did it there. Like, she loves the park, bro, not the fucking underground tunnel.
Oh my
I have
God.
a question for you underground dwellers. This is something that I used to run into all the time, and a winter issue. If you're walking, how far is your walk to the subway?
To the subway, it's like 3 blocks.
So
Then from the subway here, it's like
do you just
6.
overheat in all your
No,
winter clothes?
I just don't wear a coat.
It is
I
a
haven't worn a
bitch.
coat.
That is a big problem, though, when it's really cold
Yeah.
out and then hot down there. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's
I just don't wear coats. I just get cold walking.
Okay.
I'd rather be cold walking than hot on the
Got
subway
it.
car.
Because that's always been the thing. Like when I lived in Alston, I had to wait like half an hour for the subway to show up, so I'm freezing. Then you get on and you overheat, and then you're sick before you even get to work.
Noodle.
That's why I don't do that. That's why I will never go back to that life.
That was, by the way, that was like the most Jewish 2 lines you've ever said.
Waiting 45 minutes.
You're
then
waiting
you
there,
cold.
and then you got your coats, and then you overheat, and then you're sick.
Fucking major problem. It's a
catch a
major.
cold.
If that's not a
You got a
if that's not a universal problem, then shame on everybody else for not having that be a universal problem. Back to North Korea. Love this girl. Love this girl. So the assassin, the person hired by Jong Kung-in to kill his half brother, threw like the poison in the face. By the way, it just ran up and like poison, like Mr. Miyagi style. And she was wearing a sweatshirt that said "Laugh out loud." LOL was what she was wearing. I don't think she was wearing that to blend in. She was wearing that because I just threw poison in your face and murdered you. Laugh out loud. I respect the hell out of it. It reminds me of Kill Bill. Like everything that's going on with North Korea. It's like these female assassins running around in cool sweatshirts with kitschy sayings. Like Rio will probably be like modeling our LOL murderer sweatshirt really quick. And Dan, I know you'll appreciate this. My mind went on off a tangent because when I saw the LOL. And I'm like, if you don't respect that move, you have a big dump in your pants. That's just what jumped. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Google Peter McNeely. And the clips of Peter McNeely are so fucking good.
Yes.
Like, if you
Yeah,
haven't
shouts out
seen him in a
Snobby.
while.
Yes.
Snobby!
Stubby.
always great to go back.
Whatever.
And,
Yeah.
and then he grabs it, like he said, Medfield, and the press conference.
That one stock photo of him, too, on Google Images where he looks
He's-
like a true fucking meathead.
No other company is going to do it. I think we have to be the ones to do it. Just have one day a year, Peter McNeely Day, where like everyone dresses in like green trunks, the robe, and it's just we're Peter McNeely's. And he'd come.
We're the perfect company for it.
The only
I actually
company and the
said
perfect
in a
company.
real meeting earlier today that we should hire Stu Feiner.
Yeah. Stu wants to be hired.
Yeah, I know.
Living
But like,
legend.
we need to, if we really want to be where we want to be, Like we need to
He'd
just
go
be
into
bringing
my
back
junk-
blasts from the past.
He'd be in my jungle gym.
Yeah, right.
Like my jungle gym of freaks.
Right, exactly.
What do you
Which,
have?
by the way, your jungle gym of freaks. You guys were doing Barstool Radio. It is no different than a soup kitchen when free food comes. The line
can
was
believe
like
that.
that.
Oh, I know.
And
I
it was
believe
like
that.
all these kids like, oh man, I haven't eaten in forever. It was
I-
hilarious.
I was-
Page views is probably saving
Yeah,
for
oh yeah,
later.
shit,
He's backing
Pages.
up.
No one is, Pages, he lives here.
Yeah, I mean,
Young
he's
Pages.
a homeless kid.
Yeah, and he's very good at like pretending he doesn't because he'll just come and go. And then like I caught him in a lie today. I was like, oh yeah, did you see someone tweet? Some stoolies were like in our lobby at 1 a.m. They tweeted at me.
Oh no, that wasn't in the lobby. That
was
we had
Tex's
that
buddies.
conversation with Tex.
Oh, okay.
Tex went on Valentine's Day date with somebody he met on Tinder. The girl sat down and was like, "I'm out of here." So there were two stoolies next to Tex who he became friends with, and Tex was like, "So after I got blown off, I came back and played cornhole." I was like, "Who was the office?" He's like, "Oh, I just brought the random stoolies I've met."
Right.
I said, "As a practice, I'd like to stop doing that."
Yeah, for sure.
We need some- we
Absolutely.
need
I
some
didn't
rules.
realize that was what happened, but young Pages was like, oh yeah, I think I saw that, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
yeah.
Really? And then he kind of froze, like, yeah, you live here, man. You see everything.
Do you have anything on the Laugh Out Loud assassin?
I think getting murdered by female assassins is a pretty cool move.
And one
wanna
wanting
get
LOL.
murdered?
Yeah.
Like, you'd
I
like
want
to
to get
go out like
assassinated.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get assassinated by some like British dude with a sniper rifle.
I also
like poison with two Asian
I
chicks.
think the poison in the face is pretty
Awesome.
disrespectful, though. I don't want to go out like that. I think like you got clowned by a female assassin.
No, that's not a bad way
someone
to go out. Now, how
blows
can
in your
North
face?
Korea? We said yesterday they haven't figured out science-wise like how to get their nukes. Like they can't shoot them. They have them, but they don't know how to shoot them.
Yeah,
Yet
that
they
makes
have
sense.
this powder that you can just throw on people and they die. That seems like
Doesn't
a
make sense.
contradiction.
Well, did Kim Jong Un order this hit?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was his half brother.
Yeah, I know. His half brother was living a life. He was just living.
He was like a playboy.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
a
like
gambler.
fucking chicks.
You can't have. I forget. We talked so many different stuff, but you can't have heirs to the throne. So he's just killing them all,
Right.
which makes perfect sense.
Right.
And A+, he kills people with panache. He like machine guns people like
His
with
uncle.
anti-aircraft
Yeah.
fire from like
Yeah.
a foot
The
away.
one guy that he fed to the dogs.
He favors
That was a great one.
It's what
It's
I said.
Hannibal Lecter.
If you just think of it as Kill Bill instead of like real
Real life,
murder,
right.
it's very funny and fun
Yeah.
to be a part of. Tiger Woods withdrew from a press conference. Kind of a interesting move to formally announce that you cannot do on doctor's orders. Can't do the press conference.
This is like has to be a troll move. This has to be like self-aware.
No,
you
I don't
can't-
think so.
You cannot remove yourself from sitting
don't-
down in front of a microphone because of doctors and not understand what you're doing.
Kevin,
I think he knows
Kevin.
how much the Tiger fanboys get up. I think he knows how much the Tiger haters get down.
No.
And he's fucking with people now. 'cause
I
That's
don't
the only
think,
logical explanation.
I don't think anyone has had a true conversation. The Tiger lovers, that's Trent and Riggs, a true conversation about what doing steroids allegedly and lifting like you're going to be a Navy SEAL, even though you golf for 15 years, does to your body. His back is ruined. Ruined.
Trent was trying to tell me, and I refused to buy it. The injuries are from him trying to run in Navy boots, like trying to be the SEAL.
No, I mean that's part of it.
I just can't
I
believe
think it's
this.
more the first thing.
Steroids.
Dude, do you remember how big he got?
Yes,
for a
steroids.
golfer?
Steroids.
Yeah, no, I know. It's the steroids and the Navy
Allegedly.
SEAL training.
I think it was
He wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
99.9% steroids.
Yeah.
He's a steroid freak, allegedly. And by the way, Trent's like defending him. Listen, and I want Tiger Woods back because I hate him so much. There's nothing I love more than like Masters Sunday for him to have a 3-shot lead and collapse. But it's never going to happen.
Never
the
gonna
guy's
happen.
done. Out of
Never
it.
gonna happen.
Speaking of people who are hanging on, I'm stunned. Kate Upton apparently has diva'd her way to all the Sports Illustrated covers. I thought originally they said there were 3 different covers. I thought Christy Brinkley had one. I thought Kate Upton had one, and maybe Allie Reisman. I thought maybe whoever. But all 3 now are Kate Upton. 3rd year in a row? Is that it?
It's the 3rd time. I don't know if it's 3rd in a row.
Like,
I think
The,
it's third in a row.
record is 5 times. She's done it 3. So
I don't
she's
understand.
In like rare
She's
air.
that big of a star. I mean, I'm not gonna say she's gross. She's obviously very pretty. She's on the bigger side, but to be the number 1 girl still, like Nina Agdal is
Way higher.
1,000 billion
There
zillion
is a
times higher.
zillion Instagram girls that are all higher than her. All the girls who are in her office were higher than her. I mean, there's a lot. But
Ooh, Kevin.
She-
It's a little sexual harassment there, buddy.
these are just facts.
I'm supposedly working out with her Friday too, so I'll give
Kate
a first,
Upton?
yes,
Yeah.
first-hand report.
You got to go in jeans and no belt.
Go Verlander
Yeah,
style.
no
yeah.
shirt, jeans, no belt.
not a bad
She'll be like,
touch.
what? This is how I work out.
That would be
That
actually
would be
pretty
hilarious.
funny. Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously for clicks, though. Like, We all know. That's what it is.
But I guess that's
it's
what he
like
does.
Derek Jeter's last year. He sucked, and everyone went to Yankee Stadium and bought the memorabilia.
So that's
But
my
the people
question.
are going
But
to
the
buy
fact that
this.
she still puts asses in the
Yeah,
that's what's surprising.
because of this conversation.
Yeah.
Because like the limp dick like suburban dads are probably like, man,
Kate Upton's tits,
so
yeah.
fucking hot.
Do we have anybody
And
in
then
here
the
who's
real
a-
people are like, this is an outrage. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tweet about it. You get it from both sides.
Do we have any Kate Upton fans, like big ones in here?
I mean, I used to. I mean, she's still.
White Sox Dave
not
called her a 6,
unattractive.
and then everybody came out
Yeah, I
to
mean
defend her.
that's a little harsh.
I think it's relatively
Not a
accurate
6.
these days.
6 on what? A supermodel scale?
No, on a regular.
He
scale.
said she was a
that's
6.
insane.
He said she was
Yeah.
a 6 out of
That's
10.
insane.
in
insane.
general.
All the
Nate got his Twitter account suspended for photoshopping his head.
Oh yeah.
Upton's bathroom.
Yes. The one where like Verlander and her like spooning in the mirror.
Nate got his Twitter account suspended for photoshopping his head on Verlander in the spoon.
Yeah.
That fucking spider monkey, man. He'll do
It was
things.
an all-time picture.
And then the last story we have fake political tweets. So the general who just resigned, what's his name?
Flynn.
Flynn.
There's a fake account going around, General Mike Flynn. He said, while I accept the responsibility for my actions, I feel it's unfair that I've been made the sole scapegoat for what happened, but if that's what this administration needs, I'll do my duty.
How many
So he
follow-
wrote it all report like
Yeah, how many
all-
followers on that account?
I don't know, this is just a screenshot.
So Nancy Pelosi, among others, immediately took this tweet and went public, being like, aha, there's this bigger conspiracy thing going on. He's just a scapegoat. We gotta know, we gotta know, we gotta know. This isn't really political.
4,607.
4,000 for the general who they think's tweeting. This isn't Republican, Democrat, pro-Trump, anti-Trump. This is, I think, if we sat around
It
here.
also says not Michael Flynn. on it.
Yeah.
Says not my, I think we could overthrow the government via social media.
Yeah.
Like they are so susceptible. How do you get
I know.
tricked by that?
I love the fact that like the highest people in the land are dumber than us when it comes to this
Right.
shit. We should run their campaigns and we should run their social media. I think we could probably take
That's
over
like
the country.
Hillary Clinton's like you got hacked. It's like yeah, because you're like probably stupid.
Sean Spicer didn't he tweeted his password by
Yep.
accident. This is just it's older people trying to get a grasp of technology, and like the stakes are pretty high. It's just bound to blow up like this.
The first government who just goes young.
Yeah,
was
right.
gonna
Gonna
win.
run the whole
Oh,
shit,
it
yeah.
would be millennials. They'd be like, I don't feel like doing anything.
But if you get enough of them, some will do it. We tried to force. Why were we talking about that cum contest today?
It was a this or that on there. It was
This or that. It was a
contest,
stupid
huh?
question. And we wanted to see, Caleb said he went to a doctor and that you can't go physically, like if you don't jerk off for 30 days, it just comes out. One day you walk down, you cum yourself walking down the street.
Just leaking cum.
Yes.
basically.
I believe that.
So we tried to have Robbie see how long he'd
He
go.
can't do it. He's 18. Dude.
Robbie refused to even partake.
He wouldn't even
What,
try.
Would you do that when you were 18?
If I was Robbie Fox,
Robbie
yes.
Fox doesn't say no to anything, Bart.
Robbie Fox is
I don't know,
scratching and
man.
clawing.
Remember
Robbie
how-
was going to change his name to Super Bowl.
Yes.
Legally.
I think trying
Remember
not to
how-
come when you're 18 is way harder than changing your name
Yeah,
to
but
Super
that's
Bowl.
my point. Is
Yeah.
I would never agree to that if I was 18.
No,
like,
but
you
here's
can't
why
cum.
you should agree to it, because he'll probably come tomorrow.
Probably.
He's an
It'd be-
18-year-old,
it'd be
140-pound
hilarious
Robbie
if he
Fox.
tried.
He's
I
going
would
to come
imagine he'd
today.
just get really angry and
That's
start
what I'm
punching
saying.
people.
Robbie's
It would be
probably
funny. We'd have a
coming
little
right now.
clock, days
Where's
since
Robbie? He's coming.
Fox come.
Right.
Like a countdown clock. It would be actually pretty funny content.
why doesn't he do it?
And
He
he's
said
so
no.
down for
He right away
content.
was like, absolutely not.
Come on, Robbie. I thought
He's
you were a
willing
team
to
player,
do
bro.
anything. Right.
Did you come? You probably already came, didn't you?
Robbie, can we give Robbie the microphone? Robbie, you made a very good UFC video today.
Thank you.
You've proven yourself. I totally underestimated you. I would have never hired you. You snuck in the back door through Riggs' internship. But I think you actually have a future here. You're funny, willing to do anything. I'm stunned.
almost anything.
I talked you up like, get Robbie Fox in here.
Yeah.
There's no way he won't do this cum contest. And you were just like, flat no.
I don't think I could do it.
It's not
No, there's no
doing it.
winning or
not with that
losing.
attitude.
You will ultimately fail.
Just
We
go
are-
until I
We are telling you
come
that
in
a
my
doctor
pants.
has said you will
Yes.
absolutely come. It's just a matter of when.
And we can have like a pool. Like
I thought this was like you're physically not allowed until we tell you.
no,
Yes.
it's whenever it happens, it happens.
This
Like
is
you can't
this
do
is
it.
Yeah, I
on
could do
God.
that. No,
Seinfeld.
I could do that.
PDM shit.
I could
Or
do
no,
that for sure.
SDM. What
Okay.
is that?
BDSM.
All right, so that's a very
you can't
I
come
mis-
come
I
and say you
misunderstood
can
the question.
Bro.
It's
Okay,
He
just
put
like
you on a leash.
So
He's
then,
in.
what we'll do is we'll put like a on those TVs right there. We'll have like days since Robbie came.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
And,
sure.
and it'll
yeah.
just
Can
tick.
we do
It'll
that?
tick away.
Yeah.
Dave might be with you.
Yeah,
He's
well,
got to get
and
this
then-
tube up his dick. He might not come again.
So we'll
either.
need text
Yeah,
to
maybe
watch
you and me.
Robbie. We need someone to shadow Robbie to make sure he hasn't come.
No, I trust him. Honor system. It's just like Seinfeld.
I don't know.
I'm
makes
not gonna last very long.
I did trust.
But wait,
him.
no.
No,
So
you
here's the
can't,
thing.
like,
No,
try,
here's the
dude.
thing.
No,
I don't want
no,
Robbie
I'm
to
not
just
gonna-
jerk off after a couple days. I want it to
Yeah,
just
no,
come out of
Right.
him.
We'll do
He's
the
gonna be like
experiment.
walking down the street.
Right.
Like,
We'll do the
So
experiment.
he's
He's
not
gonna
going to
have a
be able
wet
to
dream.
do
You're
that.
gonna have a wet dream.
But I want him to be awake so bad.
He's gonna have a wet
I
dream.
want him to be
Wet
like,
dream
"Yeah,
counts.
If he makes it 30 days.
You can have a wet
Wet
dream
dream
game
counts.
3.
I mean,
That's what dream counts.
Yeah,
he
this
can't
will
make
be
it
like
30
day
days. So
It's
All right,
gonna
let
be,
us
it's
know
gonna
when
be
you
a
have a
bad
wet
30
dream.
days for Rob.
it's not going
not
to be 30
gonna be 30
days. It's going to be
days.
like
It's gonna be like
18.
We're
It's
gonna
going to
have
be
a
4
wet
days.
dream like tomorrow.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe right now.
Maybe if
Maybe
you get
today.
lucky, bro.
You might come in the
Rooting for you.
elevator. I don't know.
Let's get that graphic up and running.
Yeah.
Second ad read.
oh,
Good
yeah.
call. Good
After
call,
show
Sean.
brought to you by Sprezzabox.
The after show brought to you by Sprezzabox. It's 25% off your first month's box. Use the promo code Rundown, and we're gonna play a little game here.
You're
What
gonna
is
you're
know,
gonna
I
get
know.
some accessories.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
ties.
cufflinks, ties, socks, suspenders, all the little things that make your outfit pop, the things that take your clothes and your style to the next level. You get $100 worth of retail stuff every shipment for way less than that. And if you use the promo code Rundown, you're gonna get 25% off that first box.
Sounds like a pretty good friggin' deal.
Yep.
25% off the first month's box. Get all the accessories. Promo code Rundown. Sprezzabox. Dan, the dog show.
Yeah, we're not allowed back.
You were not allowed there.
We
as
are
well.
not allowed
You
back.
or Hank
Barstool
and PFT?
Sports is not allowed back.
So you just banned us from the Westminster for life.
Probably, yeah.
Did you get good content?
Nope, we got.
Got a couple pictures.
So what? We got in. We walked right in. We breezed right in. Like MSG, the guys at the front were just like they didn't even look at our. We had the worst credentials ever. And
Could we have gotten credentialed for this?
Yeah, but
right.
So here's the beauty of Barstool. We do a content meeting once a week with a big board that says, "Here's what's coming up." Did Dog Show ever make it on that board? Because I never saw it. Because we could have gotten credentials.
I actually tried getting us credentials and they didn't give them to us.
Okay. So
How many
anyway,
should we try?
Like middle of last week.
yeah,
That's
that's probably
probably the
late.
issue.
Right. So that's
probably
so we,
the issue,
yeah,
right?
So we
It's
applied
like you
way
called up
too
in the
late.
morning, be like, I know the dog show started, but we're looking for credentials
Right.
like now.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh,
That's
let's
not
go
a
to
good
Dog
job
Show.
by you, Loud Sean. You said that like you're like, oh no, I did it.
I tried and failed.
Yeah. Well, way too late.
So we were riding the high from the NFL where we just walked all over and
Right,
dragged our
right.
balls on Roger Goodell's forehead. So we're like, all right, we'll fake these. We faked them at like the FedEx across the street from MSG. The worst credentials ever. Walked in, no one bothered us. Walk in, we get to like right where the dogs come out, and there's all these dogs there. We just like we were the dumbest 3 people. We just stopped and were like, oh, dogs. And like PFT like took out his phone and like walked up like right to a dog and was like, dogs. And this guy was like, what are you doing? Like out of nowhere, grabbed his credential. He and Hank, I had a sports coat on, and I was taking notes.
So you looked legit.
So I looked legit. So he grabbed Hank and PFT and took them to a back room. I was just walking around MSG like the bowels, just like looking for a cop who could help us. I found a stoolie cop. He couldn't help us, and then they just they said that they basically just berated him for an hour. I was like, we could charge
An
you with
hour?
a felony. And PFT
Christ.
said he was just laughing because he was like, it's a dog show, dude. Like, what? It's a dog show.
That's spoken like somebody who's never seen that like Best in Show. Like,
They thought,
I think they think that's a little more than a dog show,
we,
which I agree.
They thought we were PETA. So that's what their concern was. They kept on being like, what
PETA
are
has
we
a
gonna
problem with the Westminster?
I think some breeding and shit, right? Like, I would
Those dogs probably live a better life than us. So
PETA's got a problem with every
I don't know
animal.
what they do with the dog show.
I think so. Because it's like breeding. I don't think they like the, like, and there's all these rescue dogs that no
Yeah.
one's
Yeah.
adopting. But yeah, so we're banned. They said like some nerd. Here, Hank.
Katie Nolan hosted
Hank,
that,
come
didn't
here. Yeah, we were like 100 feet from Katie.
she? I think she didn't like.
Well, we
wasn't
were
like,
about
I
to
know.
go over to her when the guy
You
came
should
and
just start
snatched us.
screaming her name like.
Yeah, what did the nerds say as you guys were leaving?
He came in, like, they had us in there for like an hour. And me and PFT at this point, like, knew we weren't going to get in trouble.
What's up with your look like?
little essay.
Like
ASA.
yeah, like,
Viva la raza.
what's that movie?
Orale.
With a school movie
Yeah.
there?
Oh, that school movie is.
What is that movie I'm talking about?
No say.
Lean
Summer
on-
Summer Heights
Paradise?
High?
What?
No. Oh, 21.
No.
It's definitely
Gangsters
not.
No, the
Paradise?
teacher, Edward Arskelius. They take the SATs and they do a great job.
The
Lean on Me,
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me with
No.
Morgan Freeman?
Lean on me.
Yeah.
I know
what
Stand,
you're
stand
talking
and
about.
deliver.
Yeah, that's
Stand
it,
and
that's
deliver.
it.
It was probably like 30
Why,
years
why are
old.
you
It is
dressed
really
like
It
that?
is so.
I was wearing the shirt, and then someone said I looked like SA, so I decided to embrace it.
Little cholo.
Anyway, we were in there for like 30 minutes. We knew we weren't going to get in trouble at this point. And, like, to get us out, they brought a Westminster, like, head guy in, and he, like, came in, like, he was like, we were in the principal's office and was like, where did you guys get this pass? We're like, we made him. He's like, you know that's not okay, right? And we're like, yeah. He's like, well, we could charge you with a felony, but we're not going to do that. We're like, oh, no shit. And then he was
I
like,
don't know why you guys are so no shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge you.
yeah, but the cops, it was kind of like when we got arrested for the Brady 4. Like, once the cops kind of realized, like,
Yeah, but we went
Once
to
they
jail.
realized we're not a PETA, I think
That's
that,
no, little bit of a difference.
No, I know, but they, you know how once we got in there, they were kind of like, all right, like,
Yeah,
kind
but
of,
we still like were in jail.
there.
right, but they kind of told us in the beginning. Once they realized we weren't like PETA protesters, they're like, oh, you guys aren't like a part of an organization. They're like, oh, you guys are Barstool. They're kind of like, you could tell that they weren't gonna like fuck us.
Right.
But the guy at the end tried to like scare us and was like,
Right.
he was in like
Little
a full
nerd.
tuxedo.
Was your beard already shaved at that
Yeah.
point? That probably played a factor. You look like
Yeah.
just not intimidating, kind
Yeah,
of a
like
dork
17.
without the beard.
It's crazy because
Gotta
like,
grow
I
the
had the
beard
beard for so long.
I know.
I
Do you
grew up-
regret getting
No,
rid of it?
I didn't even know it was a mistake. I was
The
just,
beard?
I was trimming.
Oh.
Oh, you regret getting rid of
yeah,
it?
Yeah, I was trimming
you
it.
just
and
went too
I had,
short,
I
you had
had
to-
to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
Yeah,
Either
I
way,
would
this
say it
was,
should be, yes.
you know how
Jesus.
Goodell's always like nervous about his NFL players in the offseason because they get in trouble? It's like been a week and a half since football season ended, and pardon my takes are.
I actually don't love that we're banned from that because I love the dog show. Like I was saying it
I
there.
don't love that we're banned from NFL and
I
all
know,
the Radio
but
Row
that was
stuff.
like
so.
we had a vendetta.
Yeah,
This
well,
one we didn't have a
so
vendetta.
I
against
guess we're
dogs.
even.
You
Yeah.
had a vendetta.
Dog show, Super Bowl. I'd say I'd probably rather get to go to the Super Bowl
I
activities.
think though we don't get like positive press from being like banned from the dog show.
I mean, it's a dog show. I don't think they're gonna keep that ban.
Oh, you don't think they will?
I mean, maybe Hank and PFT.
I don't know.
'cause
To
they
your
took down
point,
their
I could see
IDs.
there's like a banned list that they fucking take very seriously.
The dog show.
Yeah.
I can
Like,
see
I could
that.
see them being-
I think
I don't
the
know.
West
It
Midlands is a
depends.
big
I don't
deal.
know. It depends on if it was MSG security or like the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If MSG, either way, it was a fun time for like the 10 seconds we got to see the dogs. There's a video of me being like, "Oh, we're in," and then like 2 seconds
seconds
later
later.
we got caught.
Did we make it?
All right, that's the rundown. So we'll see you tomorrow.